Hi everyone. So I don't know why I felt the need to talk about this, but I guess it's something that like bothers me, and I wish I had someone to like talk about it with, but I like no one has like this kind of same interest as me, so yeah, I guess that's why I'm gonna make this video, so I can like just talk about it, and then maybe I won't lose sleep over it, because this literally, for some reason, this topic keeps me up at night and I just think about it over and over again, and it's gonna make me sound like such a like dork or like such a geek, but it's basically about anime and like how some animes are so overrated and how like the best animes don't get enough attention, in my opinion. And it's weird because like these animes are so overrated, but people love them so much, and I just don't know why. I mean, I do know why in some cases. Like, I'm gonna talk about Naruto specifically and My Hero Academia, just because I feel like there's a lot of parallels between those two animes, and they're good animes. Like, I feel like they have a good storyline, and like the world that they've built in those animes are really like fun, and like I get why people like them so much. But when you get down to like the characters and like the whole plot of the series like as a whole, it kind of just is like it's not as great as people make it out to be, I think, in my opinion, especially when I compare it to animes like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It has to be the Brotherhood one because the other one is just not good at all. Or like The Promised Neverland is really good, and Code Geass is like one of the best too. So like those are like the examples of the ones I'm going to talk about. But basically, when it comes to The Promised Neverland, Code Geass, and Full Metal Alchemist, like those storylines all have like really nice diverse characters, and they all have like a unique skill set. Like all of them are pretty equal in terms of like power. When you have like Naruto and My Hero Academia, like they each have like a unique kind of skill and a like quirk and whatever about them, but like the world makes it so that some are more powerful than others, and it sets like an uneven playing field to begin with. And it's just like I'd rather see a character in a situation like use his wit and like use his power in a way that helps him get out of the situation, even though like he's equal to like his adversary, I guess. And so he has to use like his wit, and he has to use his power in a way that's out of the box, rather than take like a character in a situation that's similar, and then instead of like having them try and figure out a cool way to like get out of it, they just unlock like a new power, and then like that's how they get out of the situation. Like they somehow unlock this whole new power, and it's just like, oh my god, like now they have all this power and they're just so strong, and they totally like that's just how they get out of it. Like I just don't like seeing that because I feel like it's overdone. It's like the easy way out of a situation. I hope I'm saying this in a way that makes sense. I like, even like this topic stays on my mind so much, I like made like a notes thing about it. Like this is how much it bothers me. This is how much it just is always on my mind, basically. So that's like the problem I have like with characters most of the time, because in Naruto and My Hero Academia, like the main characters come from nothing pretty much. Like they're outcast, and then they suddenly obtain this huge cool power, which is like nice to see, but they make them so powerful to where it's like unrealistic. It takes away from the story, in my opinion, and I just don't like seeing that. Whereas in The Promised Neverland or Code Geass or Full Metal Alchemist, like they all have a cool power, but none of them like outshines the other. Like it's unique to them, and they all like have to use their brain to figure out how to get out of that situation, or you know, they use their power in a cool way. Like that's just a better way of going about it, I think. The characters are equal to each other, but they use their knowledge and surroundings to their advantage, and they outwit their adversary or their opponent. And those are like better than storylines where the characters randomly develop new power or skill when faced with a new opponent, because like I don't know, it's just lazy writing. I hope I'm explaining this the right way. Like sometimes like it's all clear in my head, and then when I try to like speak it out loud, it just comes out like not the way I want it to. And then the other thing is like how the story unfolds in Code Geass, The Promised Neverland, and Fullmetal Alchemist. Like, these storylines are so insane, and it's so like it's weird because like they all like lead down different paths, but then at the end it all like comes back together, like it comes full circle, and it's like so beautiful and so like you can tell a lot of thought was put into the story to like make it come together like that much at the end. Like, it's amazing, honestly. And all of those, like, well, I don't know, The Promised Neverland hasn't finished yet, but I can tell by reading the manga, like the manga's almost done, and you can tell that like so much thought went into that anime and that manga, and they really just know how to tie everything together. Yeah. And it's also like different characters will come across different things and different clues that all end up connecting to each other, but they don't like realize that until later on in the story, which I don't know, like, it's storylines like that I prefer over like the huge storylines that kind of just unravel as they go on, like they aren't thought out. Like, I feel like storylines in Naruto and My Hero Academia, like, they're not thought out till the end. I feel like they just think it out like a little bit at a time, and that's why it doesn't come as, how do I say this? Like, it doesn't come together as much in the end as it does in like Fullmetal Alchemist and the other ones I named. And another, well, this anime isn't like an anime, but it still has like an amazing storyline with like insanely realistic like characters, and it's just a beautiful production, and that's Avatar: The Last Airbender. I didn't like The Legend of Korra as much. I just feel like I don't know, like I liked the plot better when it was like all the seasons are leading up to one main opponent at the end, rather than each season has its own little thing that they have to uncover and get past. Like, I don't know, I just like it. I just liked the plot better in Avatar: The Last Airbender because of that. So yeah, those are like my favorite animes versus like animes I like but are so overrated and just could have been better in my opinion, because the world of Naruto and the world of My Hero Academia, like, it's so interesting, and like you really want to get sucked into it. It's really easy to like explore that kind of world, but the story built around it and how the characters progress just isn't up to par with other animes I've seen. So like that's why I don't like them as much. And then a middle anime that kind of falls in between those two areas is Soul Eater, I think. And I like Soul Eater. I know the anime didn't follow the manga, but I like Soul Eater because it's like, it is a story that has a start and an end, and it kind of comes together at the end, but not to the extent that it would with Promised Neverland or Code Geass. It kind of just like ties up some loose ends, but it's a little open-ended as well. The ending was really different from the manga. I haven't finished the manga, but I do know that like they went different ways. But yeah, so like some things relate to each other, but not in like the whole grand scheme of things and the whole plot of the anime. It's not like where you go down a rabbit hole and all these different clues and connections come up and they develop as the story goes on. It's not as complex as that, but it's still like a good anime. I don't know how well I made this video. I feel like some of my points got lost because I just kept talking, but I hope it made sense. I don't know, like this is just like things I think about at night, and yeah, so let me know what you think if you do watch this video. I want to know if you think that Naruto and My Hero Academia and animes like that are overrated, or if they're actually like, you think they're really good and I'm wrong. Just let me know what you think, and if you haven't seen any of the animes, you should totally go watch them. Definitely watch Code Geass. Probably like the best in terms of like storyline and plot development, and it's just like mind-blowingly good. And same with Promised Neverland and Fullmetal Alchemist, but you have to watch the Brotherhood version. It's just so much better. Like, don't waste your time watching like the first version. Like they made the second version Brotherhood for a reason, and that's because that one just wasn't as good. So yeah, and also watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and watch Naruto and My Hero Academia. They're all really good animes, and Soul Eater too. But just let me know what you think, and yeah, thank you for watching.